Hello, we are the boat lift controller. My name is Nicholas Waddups.
My crazy name is pronounced Deverin Schultz.
My name's Jack Coster.
I'm Vincent Chang.
So, for those of you who don't know, or just need a quick refresher, we're going to be talking about what a boat lift is. It is simply a storage device that helps keep the boat clean, and it also keeps the boat safe. There is a very robust and manual way to operate a boat lift right now, and the primary goal of the boat lift controller is to create a phone app to replace the need for physical controllers. So we want to address the growing demand for automation in the recreational boat industry, and one of the most common issues our users reported to us is the issue with manually docking and or securing the boat, and this project aims to simplify that process. We have heard from multiple boaters about ways that boat lift controller can be used. For example, many recreational boaters want to control their lift with an app so that they can easily dock and secure the boat without manual operation. This will allow them to save time and avoid physically handling the boat lift, making their boating experience more efficient and enjoyable.
Our project consisted of a hardware and a software component. For our app, we used Flutter, while the hardware components consisted of two Raspberry Pi Pico Ws running Python and C respectively. We also integrated OpenAI, Firebase, and Tide Database to support various features in our app. We talked with over 14 users, which helped shape our UI and various quality of life improvements. And over the project development cycle, we made over 150 commits and closed 120 issues. Some key features of our lift and app include Wi-Fi automated raising and lowering, multiple lift support, calibration, Tide database integration, an AI boating assistant, auto Wi-Fi network reconnection, auto leveling, and also a graphic representation of the boat location on the app. All right, so this is the home screen of our app. This is the first thing you'll see after you've logged in. So if you were to register a lift, you would go to the register lift page. Here we have a selection of several lifts. We can choose one to connect to. And you can now see that we're connected. So for the purpose of this demonstration, since we're all in different locations, right now we're just sending dummy data, which is why you see our boat level representation just going around wildly. We're just sending random values right now. But this is the first thing you would see. The user is able to select from this slider various levels that they would want to send the lift to. For example, if they wanted to send to the bottom, you just go to the very bottom and you would press the send button command. You can see that you get a sent value notification. And if this were actually connected to a lift, you would see the graphical representation going down. And I'll send that over to Jack to talk about how this is actually working.
Yeah, so on the physical side, we can take a look at this model over here where it's made out of wood. We have two motors connected to dowels that wind up and down string to raise and lower the platform. With that, we have four different sensors. We have two rotary encoders to sense the rotation of the motors, and with that we can do a multitude of things to keep everything in check. And on top of that, we include limit switches at the top and bottom of where the lift is allowed to do to calibrate those encoders and to find the maximum and the minimum. And with that, we can actually send any, after it's calibrated, which I calibrated this before this for demonstration purposes. Right now it's at the halfway mark, but we can, right now I'm gonna send it up 10%, and we can see that it's moving. And the whole point is that it's hands-free. I'm not holding down a button, versus beforehand you would have to be holding down a button to kind of continually get it to the point that you want, versus this automates all of that. Dev and I were the main ones kind of focusing in on this physical side.
These little Raspberry Pis are pretty amazing. When you see it in action, what you'll be seeing is one of them creating a Wi-Fi field, pretty common, of course, that your phone and our app can then recognize and connect to. This is kind of where my code comes into. A lot of user-facing features are able for the user to see, but many convenience features the user cannot see and doesn't really need to know and get lost in the sauce. There is many added robust layers to connect to the Wi-Fi signal that the payload's going with, and also some features to walk up and have it reconnect, or walk away and have it save what's Wi-Fi you just were on, and when you walk back, say you're just walking back to your peer or to your dock, the phone will give you a notification, or the phone will connect as easily as it can for you. That's another user study that we want to touch about, making this easy and hands-free as the user can make it, so that we can add the most convenience for this automated feature.
My contribution throughout the project mainly focused on developing and designing the UI. I also integrated the Tide database, as well as the ChatGPT AI assistant to give recommendations based on different Tide data from the Tide database.
My main contributions to the project were more of the app to Pico connection. I also worked on features like the boating maintenance app, or boating maintenance notes that the user can store maintenance information. I also worked with Nick on the graphical controls and the boat level widget, and also the user login for the app, so each user can have their own account.
So user-facing, user-hidden, front-end, back-end, hardware, software. It wasn't easy making this project. And in conclusion, we put in some good hard work, and we learned a lot about integrating software into hardware and just getting things work, or getting things to work. And if things don't work, you just have to, in some ways, move on and find a solution that does work. This is a project of many compromises, but we are so glad to be able to show it off. I hope you've enjoyed your time taking this look with the boat lift team, and we hope to see you on demo day where you can move this lift up and down for yourself.